I'm really humbled being here. This is my second time being on this TV with you, same program. The first program I was here from Arua. I was still just trying out, and all that. I had a song that we premiered here. It was called Alemi.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
the guy.
Yeah.
Man, how time flies, how time flies. But firstly, I need to understand, what do you think about the music which guys used to do back then vis-a-vis the music that you guys are doing? A couple of months back, Jermaine Dupri, a prolific producer, was basically complaining about R&B, that back then they used to do what he would term as the real R&B. That R&B which was orgasmic, that when you listen to it you feel like, yes, the guy has sung. Now, he feels some type of way about the kind of music that is being released. Some people are calling it bubblegum, others are calling it whichever names there is. But what are your thoughts on what is being released now vis-a-vis what guys used to jump to back then?
I think the music now is currently digital music, mostly because by then it was organic. Like you could go to a studio that already has all the band and everything. Like they could produce stuff that's really organic. But currently we have this digital sound and everything. You just come and put your voice over, and that's the kind of thing. And another thing, I think it has lost content. If we talk about R&B, because by then they had passion and they were all thinking about the lyrical maturity in their lyrics. But currently it's just about, have the beats going and R&B pop and all that. So it's about the beats most of the times, not the lyrics and everything. Yeah. So
Who's your favorite star? Because you see, every person has like a playlist or songs they listen to, maybe music of now and music of then. So music of then, who do you listen to once in a while?
I actually grew up listening to a lot of Peter Cetera, Phil Collins. I grew up listening to Celine Dion. Grew up listening to this other guy. He's a legend. He died. He sang a song, Luther Vandross. Yeah. I listened to a lot of Luther Vandross, Asher Raymond, R. Kelly. So that's the kind of music I grew up in. But then I still grew up listening to our local sound, the Afrigo Band, Peterson Mutevi, Dan Mugula, because those guys had really, that great lyrical maturity and content in their music. Yeah.
What were your moments in high school? Were you the kind of guy who would perform, or you were, the quiet, silent banner?
So I remember those times I was really good at lyrics. Like when a song comes out, I already have the lyrics and I can sing it. So girls could always be around me, just asking me to sing the songs for them. And I think during my high school life, or maybe even primary, I was really singing good music. Like I could come out and sing Storm Is Over, Asher Raymond, You Remind Me, and all that, and girls could really go crazy. So I was a ladies' boy. Yeah.
More like me, man. All right. Now, your style of music. The last time you came, you had a different. Okay, I wouldn't call it different style, but your delivery was different from your current delivery. Has this come as a result of you rediscovering yourself? Has it come as a result of you just trying to be versatile? What could be the reason?
I think it's rediscovering yourself. Most of the times you try to do music for the people, but sometimes we tend to forget that people need something new in the industry. Of course, we already have Afrobeat, Afropop, we have R&B, dancehall going on, Bax Raga, but the industry needs something fresh, and that was what I was really looking for. So for all that long, I was making a lot of research and trying to find out what the industry is missing. But we already have this sound that's already there. We're just trying to recycle whatever is already there. But how best do we execute and recycle or even add value to whatever is there? I realized our own sound, our organic, authentic sound, which is Kadongo Kam, has been missing in the picture. Because already we had Bax Raga, which was going on, but we needed to sell Kadongo Kam as our sound to the world out there. So that's what I did.
So it could be right to say that, yes, your current sound was inspired by guys that are doing Kadongo Kamu.
Yes. I was inspired by a lot of sound from Kadongo Kam legends, Peterson Mutebi, as I say, Dan Mogula. I listened to a lot of Paulo Cafero, may his soul rest in peace. And I think these are the guys holding the authentic and organic sound that we have. But not only that, I think I was inspired by Burna Boy's album, which was the African Legend. I was so surprised with how it really blew up and it actually took him to the next level. Yeah?
Diddy is actually producing his next sequel.
Yeah, twice as tall. And you can actually relate that there's too much fusion in sound from the Sauti Soul, from this other guy, your Sondu from, I don't know where he comes from, but he's a legend. So you realize that we're trying to trace back the dots and try to bring what we thought that was not really relevant in the industry. But that is sound. You have to be sound friendly, try to sell your culture, try to sell sound that belongs to Uganda and sound that we think is ours, because that was time when the Nigerians came in with their sound. Of course, they try to vanish or try to add some life to whatever they call folk music back then and sell it to us, and we're vibing to it. Why not them dancing?
There was a time when you guys had broader sound, more like reinventing with Bax Raga. You know, Bax, that sound, the traditional sound. It had that urban fusion to it. And yes, you ran with it for like a year or two. And then all of us, actually, people were even crowning themselves as kings or queens of Bax Raga. And then all of a sudden, you threw it out.
I think it is. No, it wasn't. I think they never kept up with the pace, or maybe they just kind of just left it hanging. But I think with our music, which is really not easy to sing, which is Kadongo Kam, everybody was surprised to see a guy who was doing R&B, who was rolling with GNL in Baboon Forest back then, coming up with such a thing. Because when you look at me, you're looking at hip hop. When you look at me, you might look at R&B or something like that. But I would really love to tell people that we all have, we just need to be flexible with our sound. We need to sell us. It is time that we sell Uganda, to the outside world. But how best do we sell it? When you need to see a white woman or a Muzungu dance to Maganda, we need to see them dance to our own local sound, because that is really, but how do you do it? You need to urbanize the sound, and that's what we're trying to do here.
Winnie Nwaji, how was the experience with her?
She is talented. I really have to say that she's really talented. The fact that I was with her in the studio and she just got to learn the song within just an hour, that was really, really beautiful.
She danced for you. A video of her dancing for Navio. She dance for you.
Of course, that's her vibe. Like, she loves vibing like that. And she's a happy people. She's somebody you can stay around, vibe with, and she's just positive energy. Yeah.
I love her energy. I love her energy. It's exciting seeing guys, coming up. They blow out. They turn into stars. It's quite an exciting thing for us on this side to see. That yes, there is a point when someone comes in as upcoming, not known by anyone, and boom, they sprout out, they become a big deal, we start celebrating him. It's quite, an experience worth, watching.
I think my dream has always been leaving a legacy. I appreciate artists that come into this industry and they have some kind of change that they put in the industry, because I think we're just here to add value to the industry, not taking away what is, we just add value to it, and just, watching all these big artists that have been there, that have created change in the African music industry, because my target is not just Uganda. I'm looking at taking over Africa itself. So if you want to take over Africa, how do you brand yourself? And that's why we have the African branding in our song, in our music, in our instrumenting. And I love the fact that execution worked perfectly, that people really appreciate it and they're vibing to it. I'm getting international calls, man. Guys are like, hey, we need to, we have like 4 international collaborations that will be coming through with big Nigerian artists, and we're just having Kadongo Kam being sold out.
You're doing big, Soldier. You're doing big. We're about to wrap up the show, but how can the people link up with you? You may share your socials. I know every artist, once you have the platform, you need to at least tap into more numbers and more numbers.
Before we get into that, I think I also have a new song that I've just released. It's a continuation of Kwate Sim. It's called Touch Me Slow. It's going to be premiered here, and I'm really humbled to actually premiere this song for the very first time with you. It's called Touch Me Slow. I hope you guys love it. But then, if you want to follow me, please go and subscribe on my YouTube account. It's called Free Boy. You go on Instagram, it's Free Boy UG. Go to Twitter, it is Free Boy UG. On Facebook, I use Free Boy Adams. Please, the music has changed. The whole thing is into. We kind of went into default setting. Should I call it that way? That now we only have to sell music online. If you subscribe, you're supporting Music Uganda. You're supporting Free Boy Music. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. You know, stick around. Yo, there's been a lot going on. Last week, Malema Birizi released Bobby Wine's results. He actually asked the Electoral Commission to give him Bobby Wine's papers, certified papers. Yes, there's been a lot of talk going on, right? But do you think the way Bobby performed in certain subjects should be used as a defining factor of his potential as a leader, or people should now start giving other sensible things attention as opposed to the pettiness that we are seeing online?
First of all, I'm just gonna say that I'm not really a good politics fan. Like I don't follow that stuff and all that. I think I might leave the politics part aside. But all I can say, hey, if somebody's got potential, you go out and try to showcase whatever you've got. If you have the leadership potentials and everything, do it. Why not? Yeah.
All right, we're about to wrap up the show. What was your favorite subject in primary? We always have a simple session, quick fire session.
Okay, history.
A primary, there is no history in primary.
SST, of course.
SST was your favorite subject in SST. That is social studies class. So that is when we ask a question, okay? Who is the second vice, the second prime, is it vice prime minister? Yes, there's the first one, deputy prime minister of Uganda.
Oh my God. I'm not gonna lie. I've not been really following stuff like that. Most of my programs obviously are music and all that, music associated. Yeah. So there really I can't lie you. I've failed on that.
It's all good. Go do your research, son.